Alright, David Harry here, and what I'm doing here, I'm just going to do like a few minutes of meandering around in PUBG using this Freecam view mode. Now what it is, like a child at Christmas who's just got their very first eagle-eyed action man, I'm just all buzzed up with this function, and as per usual, I'm very late to the table with these things, so, you know, this has been done to death, all these things to do with this function, but, you know, I'm having a whale of a time with it, so I'm just going to get on with it. So basically what it is, for anyone who doesn't know, which is highly unlikely because like I say, I'm usually last at the table with these things, is that this Freecam view mode basically allows you to go back over a saved game and then interact in the game like I'm doing right now. So you can just go all around the game, up, down, underneath it and all kinds of stuff like that. And basically I suppose it's there so you can actually go and preview what you've done in a previous game. But also, as I'll show right now, you can disengage and follow other characters that were in your team as well and see exactly what they've done during the game. So let me just flip through so we can go through and watch these people, you know, do all that, or go back and kind of watch yourself doing stuff as well. So what I'm going to do here is just go back into the Freecam view mode and let's see if I can follow myself for a little bit. Oh, and this is really cool, you can go under the map and all kinds of stuff. I'll do a bit more of that crazy stuff in a minute. So there I am trying to drive a car around PUBG, and as is very obvious, I just can't play this game at all. It's terrible, you know. I mean, historically and very loosely termed, I'm a console player, so anything that requires playing with the keyboard and mouse is a little bit beyond me. But I just like playing PUBG. I really enjoy playing it, despite the fact I play with you know, with a what's the name, a gamepad, and get absolutely battered every time I play it. So let me just see what I'm doing here. Okay, actually I know what I'm doing here. What it is, this was part of one of my tests. So what I'm doing, I'm just chickening out from gameplay and getting as far away as from all the people as I can, so I can start doing tests with some graphic settings and stuff like that. Anyway, enough of following me around because I'm not doing much there except for driving a car aimlessly. So what I'll do, let me just go high up in the game. So like I say, I think this function is more designed for you to go and analyse what you may have been doing during a game and stuff like that. But as a bit of fun, you can just actually go around and see various things in the game. Now what it is, I think maybe this function could also be used so you can actually get a better view of the maps and such, see where all the roads go properly, see maybe where all the places are to hide or the best spots to try and ambush people and stuff like that. But like I say, I'm just going to go whizzing around doing some nutty stuff. And the weirdest one, I think, is going under the map like this. So basically what's really mad is that, you know, some of the renders here actually go underneath the map as well, outside of your, you know, your field of view from where you're playing and things like that. Plus also you can go inside things like this. So I'm going inside all the big rocks and hills and things. Again, I know this isn't particularly, like, you know, a big point of playing this game, but if you're being all childish like me and whatnot, this is great fun. So, you know, if you've kind of like had enough of playing the game for a bit and you just want to have a bit of a break, you can go around doing this stuff for whatever reason you may want to do it, whether it's just being a big child like me or whether indeed you're doing this in order to find out, you know, parts of the map that you're unfamiliar with and stuff like that. So let me get back into the active game area here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just have a little scout around there, just turn around. Let's have a look at these buildings and stuff. Like I say, it's just a function that I happen to have come across quite randomly. Now, although it says Freecam View, hit the spacebar on the screen, I was just like, you know, trying to use the keyboard to play the game, and hit the function by accident when I went in to review one of the games. And since I found it, honestly, seriously, like a child at Christmas it's been great. So like I say, there's a whole bunch of things you can do in here, you know, whatever way you want to use this function is entirely up to you. But I just like going in and looking at some of the modelling in the game, and especially some of the stuff which you wouldn't normally see, or the perspectives that you wouldn't normally see these things from. And also, as well, to get an idea of what's inside buildings. I mean, I'm going inside a concrete block here, which isn't very interesting. But for some stuff where there's buildings that you've not been in before, if you're new to the game and stuff, you can go in and have a really good look around things. And it basically anywhere in the game, in the active map area where you are, you can just go in and see all kinds of stuff. And also, like I say, you can actually go in and follow what other people have been doing in the game. So let me try and get to somebody in the game over here. Who's this? Number 8. Let's go and see what this person's doing. Now, the other thing... Oh, that me? Okay, let's go and see what I've been doing. Right, look at this. What's this idiot up to here? Look at this. He's trying to find stuff. I don't think as well on this particular view there may be certain things that you can't see, but for the best part of it you can most certainly track, you know, people's like playing styles and stuff like that. Now I'm not suggesting that, you know, my style of playing is anything to track, because I'm absolutely terrible at this game, but let's just follow me a little bit, see what I'm up to, because there's other weird stuff here as well. Now what I need to do is try and find somebody who's static and stationary. So we'll just follow me for a little bit more. And what am I doing? I know what it is. When I'm doing some of my tests for my screen capturing and testing for like GPU usage and resolutions and stuff like that, what I have to do, I have to kind of go as far off into the map as possible to places where I can't be easily killed and things like that, and it's just a way for me to try and stay in the game as long as possible for testing certain functions. In fact, yeah, this is quite interesting. If we have a look there, there's some kind of ground. Now if we move up a little bit, now that's the ground that we would see in the game, but then if you dip underneath like that, there's actually a ton. In fact, look at this. So these rocks here, for instance, if I kind of come up a little bit here, let's see. Yeah, so see that? The top of that rock there, for instance, that is all we will ever see in the game from from your point of view. But if we duck down, look at that. There's actually other rocks rendered underneath. You know, that's mad. So obviously the people who've been originally designing these things, maybe those rocks were there in the first place, but then in the final game they just didn't bother using them, or maybe they're used for doing stuff to like contour the map and things, I don't know. But there's this bit here which is another kind of like level of ground which you most certainly don't see in the game. And then if we get down here, the ocean actually runs under the map as well, which is pretty mad. Let's get here. So see, look at this. Wow. So as we can see, there's that second layer of land underneath that you wouldn't normally see. And then as we're here, we're actually, well, the ocean runs right under the map. And then as a for instance as well, for things that you don't normally see, look at this. So that big rock there, if we come underneath, it's even bigger underneath the map like that. So the whole thing is being rendered out as a huge model, and then obviously only parts of it are being selected for the actual visible area within the game. Let me just have a little skim through here. Okay, I won't stay too much longer on this because I don't know how many people are going to find this interesting, and plus obviously everyone's sitting there going, come on Dave, you know, we all worked this out about 5 years ago or however long PUBG's been around for. But, you know, it's just something that I've recently gotten into, really, PUBG. And I love playing the game. I'm just terrible at it. Although, funny enough, I'm actually not that bad on it when it's played on Android. Because with the likes of Phoenix OS and stuff like that, you can play this game with obviously, you know, a game controller and stuff like that. And the best bit about that is as well, if you play PUBG on Android with a game controller, you actually only ever get put up against other people with game controllers or people who are using their keyboards and mice and stuff like that. So there's no unfair advantage to those who are playing it by touch and stuff, which I think is brilliant, because what I can't stand is people who just want to get the, you know, an advantage over people like that. Because if you were playing against people on Android and, like, you know, they were on like touch devices and you're going around with, you know, keyboard, mouse, game controller, you're gonna just battered a lot of them. So I think it's a good thing that, you know, the Tencent have actually done that option where it will force people with controllers on Android to only be playing against other people with controllers, and basically stop all the cheats Okay, so yeah, I'm actually okay on that particular platform, but on this one, I'm terrible. Anyway, I think this will probably do just for me little meandering around this particular map here. And yes, if anybody, you know, like me had missed this one, all you do, go back over a previous gameplay and then just hit the space bar to get into this Freecam view mode. And like I say, you can also follow teammates and stuff on their playback and see what they've done. And quite possibly it is a very useful function, just so you can observe your own playing styles and stuff, and maybe observe where you may have went wrong during games and stuff like that. And like I say, if you disengage yourself with the space bar, you can actually track yourself from any vantage point and see exactly what it is that you've been doing. Alright, anyway, if you've liked this, give it a thumbs up. And also as well, I'm going to start doing a bit more gamey stuff on my channel, I think. And if that's the case, just check through me my playlists for various things to do with game stuff. I'm going to start getting into a few different bits and pieces of different types of platform stuff, probably most notably Android and Chrome and stuff like that. And also as well, at some point I will have a website set up just to put all my gamey stuff on, and that is going to be under the name of www.thegamething.com. Anyway, I'm David Harry, and thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.